Hello dear friends, let's make this vest but for a baby. So this is actually knit in one piece and that piece is shaped like a T. This is a paper sample that I made and I sized it for a 2-year-old. So this is for a 24-month-old baby. So we will start knitting from the bottom and we will knit it in garter stitch. When we come here, we will increase in both sides crazy, like no one has increased before. Afterwards, we are going to sew these pieces and here, and these will be left empty for armpits and the head will be here. Let me show you again. This is actually knit in one piece. This was one arm of the T and this was the other arm of the T, and later these pieces were connected. Here it was left as a hole for the armpits. We will of course remember to make our buttonholes, but we'll discuss that when we come there. And this part will form the neck. So when we do this, the back side of the vest will have horizontal garter stitch, but the front side will have vertical garter stitch. So now let's talk numbers. I'm going to make so we are starting from the back and this will be the front. At the back I will start with 30 centimeters. In my yarn it corresponds to 70 stitches, which I have started here. This is 70 stitches of garter stitch. I'll show you briefly the yarn that I'm using as well. So that's 100 grams for 290 meters, and you're supposed to use a 3.5 or 4-point needle. I am using a 3.5 needle for this work. And yeah, that's all that I want to show you. So we will start knitting and we will knit up until here, garter stitch. So for 27 centimeters, I will knit garter stitch, and here I will see you again and we'll see how to increase on both sides and how to form this T shape, and then we will almost be done. Okay, see you then. So I have completed the first part. Let me show you. So I finished this square. Now it's time to do the arms of the T's. How am I going to do it? I will start increasing. The number of increase depends on your yarn, of course, but remember I had 70 stitches here, so I will do 62 or 63, so 7 or 8 stitches less than the original. But how you should measure exactly is when you fold this part, it should come here. So the number of increases should match the height of this. So take this and measure it, and I counted this, so it is 8 stitches. So if I do 62 stitches, it should fit. So how am I going to do it? I will start increasing here, 62 stitches. Then I will start knitting from the beginning. I will knit the first 62, knit the rest, come here, and then I will increase 62 more. At some point it will be too much for this needle, so I will switch to a circular needle. Make sure you have the same 3.5 needle or whatever you have, and make sure they are the same size. So let's begin increasing 62 stitches now. So let's start increasing. Let me show you how I do it for once, if you need any help with that. So I wrap the yarn around my thumb, I take the needle, come here, enter here, then remove my thumb. 1, 2. Three. Around my thumb, enter here, then I remove my thumb. So this is how I'm going to do it. 62 times more. So this is how it should look when you finish increasing by 62 on one side. Now I will start knitting here. Actually, I will purl because I do garter stitch with pearls, and I will purl until the end. Let's begin together. And then in the end, we will increase 62 more, and then we will switch to the circular needle. So this will take quite a while, so I won't show you all the process, but I will purl all way long. And then I'll meet you in the end. Purl, 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 and we'll meet each other here. Now I have increased 62 on the right side as well. Now you can see a better view of how it looks. It doesn't fit perfectly, but you can understand that on both sides I have 62 increased stitches, and in the middle I have 70 stitches. Now I will start purling the whole row, and on the next row I will switch to a circular needle because it will be difficult with this one. So we have more purling to do now. I will meet you after a few more rows, and we will see how to do the buttonholes. Bye. Okay, so I completed another row, but it started to get difficult, so it's time to switch to a circular needle. With the circular needle, I will knit for actually for 15 centimeters, but I have to open a buttonhole, and I will do that around 13 centimeter. So I don't know how many rows, but I will measure, and when I'm around 13 centimeter, I will start filming again to show you how I do the buttonhole. Until then, just do a regular garter stitch for all the extra stitches that we have added and the 70 stitches that we had in the beginning. So we are now doing the arms of the T, so the upper part of the T shape. And this is how it will continue. I will see you in 13 centimeters. Bye-bye. So my friends, I have completed knitting more rows here, and now I'll show you how to do the buttonholes. But how are we going to decide when to make the buttonholes? So remember, these arms of the T's will fold and will make the front of our vest. So they should be the half of the back side. So when they are almost finished, we should open the buttonholes and then go for a couple more rows. So in the end, one side will come on top of the other. Okay? So now I will open the buttonholes, and then I will keep on knitting for two rows on both sides. Of course, on both sides. These are the places where I will open the buttonholes. How did I decide that? This side I wanted to split in 3, so 1/3 and the second third. I put these markers here, and I will put my buttons approximately around this level. You can decide which size of a button, but with this one I will make buttonholes using only 2 stitches. I think they will be enough. So let's open the buttonholes now. Okay, my friends, so these are where I will open the buttonholes. Now I will do garter stitch until here. For those who knit quite fast, it might be very boring watching me do this, but unfortunately this is how fast I can go. It's actually okay by me because I'm not selling any products. This is just a hobby for me. So doing it any faster doesn't really, I don't get anything in the end when I do it faster. Almost there. Okay. Maybe you can hear my dog drinking some water very loudly. Now, how am I going to do this? I'm going to take the next 2 stitches on my right needle, take this one, take the one at the back and skip it over this one. Okay, so I cut one. Now I'll take this one on the right needle, I'll take the one at the back and oops, yes, skip it over the other one. Now I have cut 2. Now I'll transfer this back to my left needle. Now I want to increase by 2 so I don't make it shorter. Now I will keep on purling. And this is how I do the buttonholes. Now I have the buttonhole here. It will look much defined when I knit the second row. Now we will cut the second one. First, you transfer the next 2 stitches on your right needle. Then you take the one at the back and then you scoop it over. Then you take the next one on the right needle. Take the one at the back, scoop it over. This one I obviously do difficultly. Okay. Now the one you have on your right needle, transfer it back to the left and you increase by 2. And then you keep on purling. So now we have the buttonholes completed. Now I'm going to complete this row and then I'll purl another row and see if both sides come on top of each other. If not, I'll add another one and then I will cast off and I will finish this west. Let me show you how the buttonholes look. Here is one and here is the other. I will see you soon. So friends, I'm almost finished now. Here I have my 2 buttonholes and the size is enough. As you can see, just tiny bit larger than the half. Each side is just 1 finger wider than the half of it, so it will be easier to button up. Now I started to cast off here. Okay, now I'll show you how to cast off, and what then finally we will have to sew this part together and then it will be finished. No, we will also sew the buttons and then we will be finished. So everyone has different techniques for casting off, but I will do it like this. Take 2 stitches together, purl them together, and transfer this one back to the left needle. Then I take these 2 together, sew them together, and take this one back to my left needle. So what I want to show you is that when you do this, in the inside it looks like this, but at the outside it looks like this. So I prefer this look at the front. That's why I started casting off when I'm coming back, when I'm knitting this way, okay, not this way. So I have this, let's say, better, neater look in the front side of my vest. So I will finish casting off and then, let's correct this, and then I will see you again. So friends, I have finished casting off as well. Now when I just made it with my hand because that's the neck. The neck just forms by itself and I'm almost finished. I have my buttons here and I'll sew them. Yes, and now what is left to do? I have to sew these 2 parts together. This is not a very well-fitting vest, so I will leave the arm very large. I decided to do the half of it, so I will leave half of this part empty, almost half, and I will sew the rest. And make sure you have the same level when you're doing both sides, so make sure it's symmetrical. I'm sure you know how to put these parts together, but I will show you anyhow. So of course we have to do it from the inside. You can use a needle like this or you can use a crochet hook. Let me bring my crochet hook and we will do this together. Okay, surprise, I'm doing it with a needle. I put a little tie here and I have a marker that matches both sides here. So these will help me to make sure that 2 pieces are aligned. So one piece is not stretched and the other one is short. So what I will do is I will take always 2 stitches from this side, 2 from this side, and I will sew them together. And two from this side, 2 from this side, sew them together. 2 from this side and 2 from this side. Two here, as you can see, 2 on this one, and 1, 2 on this one, and I will do them together. And this is how I'm going to finish until here, and also on the other side, and then I will sew the buttons. I'll attach the buttons and then you'll see the final result. Okay, surprise, I'm doing it with a needle. I put a little tie here and I have a marker that matches both sides here. So these will help me to make sure that 2 pieces are aligned. So one piece is not stretched and the other one is short. So what I will do is I will take always 2 stitches from this side, 2 from this side, and I will sew them together. And 2 from this side, 2 from this side, sew them together. 2 from this side and 2 from this side. Two here, as you can see, 2 on this one, and 1, 2 on this one, and I will do them together. And this is how I'm going to finish until here, and also on the other side, and then I will sew the buttons. I'll attach the buttons, and then you'll see the final result. So friends, this baby is finished. Let me show you so you can see the buttons and where they are placed. You can see the arm and how it's put together, the two sides in the arm, and that it should be symmetrical. The neck, and hopefully this is appropriate for a 2-year-old, but I don't have a 2-year-old available right now, so we won't be able to try it on. But it looks like it will fit. So this is the inside. Hope you enjoy it, and I hope you will try and make one yourself. Please write down in the comments if you have any questions or your thoughts in general about the channel or about this project. See you in our next project. Bye bye.